according to the CDC, nearly 6 in 10 middle schoolers and 7 in 10 high schoolers do not get enough sleep. We know that routine's a really important part of this. So today we have U of L Health's Dr. Courtney Miner here to learn more. So let's start first with getting back into the routine. We know some kids are going back to school this week, some go next week. When should you really start getting back into that back to school sleep routine?
Yes, so I wish I could give this is the time and this is what to do exactly, but it does vary. And the biggest variability comes from where you're starting from. How late is your child currently sleeping, enjoying their summer vacation? In general, the later they're sleeping, the bigger of a shift it's going to take to get acclimated to that school year. In general, I think it's reasonable to ask your child, or strongly recommend to your child, that they get up an hour earlier per day or per every 2 days. That is usually less painful than going straight into waking up at those very early hours to catch the bus or what have you. A gradual earlier wake time is generally the way I would approach that, and you just have to see where you're starting from.
Yeah, certainly a heartbreaking shift
Indeed.
for the end of summer when you have to start waking back up.
Absolutely.
Why is good sleep hygiene so important for a family?
Sleep hygiene is it's a broad term to encapsulate practices that will promote natural sleep onset and staying asleep on a regular basis. And that is crucial because good sleep is crucial. So if you have good sleep at night, you have more energy during the day, and then you have good days, and that means a good life. But specifically speaking, it's like your diet. If you every now and then just decide, oh, I'm going to get enough sleep tonight, but not the next night, it's not going to do you much good. It's a daily practice. And I talk with patients about this all the time. And touching on the former question, just a regular, appropriate bedtime and rise time is I know we don't have much time, but very simple way to approach that, as well as an appropriate sleep environment. That time-old wisdom, dark, cool bedroom is definitely true. That will promote natural melatonin secretion, which is your brain's sleepy hormone. So those are pretty easy for families to understand, but there's so many benefits. I could go all day, but just overall wellness, the mood in children, and behavior and attention. Those are big ones I talk with families about all the time, and it's a fun part of my job seeing that improve when the sleep improves. The performance in school tends to improve as well.
Well, it's great advice because we know back to school is here. Hard to believe, but just in the next few weeks, lots of families will be going through this. So thank you so much, Dr.
Oh, my
Miner.
pleasure. And if there's any further questions, I'm happy to see you all. I'm with U of L, all ages. Happy to help any way we can.
Thank you so
Yes,
much for
ma'am.
coming on today.